have to use the mic or good? Good? Shall we start? الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت السميع العليم اللهم افتح لنا بما علمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. First of all, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It's a great pleasure to be with you first Jumu'ah in the month of Sha'ban. And as a nice speaker, you can tell me one blessing that you get in the month of Sha'ban. Before we start our topic. Why the month of Sha'ban is unique? Because the month before Ramadan, so it's very unique. Another thing. What makes Sha'ban unique? Yeah, man.
You just have to fast more in Sha'ban.
Yeah, that's correct. So Rasulullah used to fast almost the whole month. Why Rasulullah used to do so? Sayyidina Usama ibn Zayd, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam called him Al-Hibb ibn Al-Hibb, meaning the beloved one, the son of the beloved. Okay, because Sayyidina Zayd, the companion Zayd ibn Haritha, you know what was the nickname of Zayd ibn Haritha? We used to call him the son of Muhammad. Okay, before the adoption was banned, being haram, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to adopt Sayyidina Zayd. Okay? And he loved him a lot, and Zayd, we called him Zayd ibn Muhammad, the son of Muhammad. But after the revelation of the verse that prevented the adoption, Sayyidina Zayd is not anymore son of Muhammad. Then Zayd, he got Usama. Okay? So Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to treat Usama as his grandson. Okay? So Usama, back to the topic. Usama asked the Prophet ﷺ, why are you fasting a lot in the month of Sha'ban? I have never seen you doing so as much in Sha'ban as any other month. Then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, قال ذلك شهر يغفر الناس. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is a month that most of the people are ignorant about it and they do not focus on it. بين رجب ورمضان, in between Rajab and Ramadan. Then he said, ترفع فيه الأعمال إلى الله. All the deeds of the year, the whole year, sent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be exposed in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وأحب أن يرفع عملي أن يرفع عملي وأنا صائم. And I love that my deeds will be shown to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while I'm fasting. So, كل عام وأنتم بخير. inshallah 29 days to Ramadan, maybe less, 28 nights. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extend our lives to witness Ramadan more and more, inshallah. So, you know what's the topic for today? I have like 7 papers for you. You know the topic or you don't know the topic? You know the topic. Okay, inshallah. So, when you translate Birrul Walidayn in English, you'll get inaccurate translations. But there is no word in the English language similar or equal to Bir. Because Bir in the Arabic language هو لفظ جامع لجميع أصناف الخير. It's a collective word for the all kinds of goodness. So if you say like kindship, like being kind to your parents, it's okay, it's a partial translation. It's not a full translation of Bir. Okay? If you want to say honoring your parents, okay, it works, but it's not fully the full meaning of birr. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about birr al-walidayn in many verses in the Quran. You can tell me. It's will be interactive, so they don't speak, okay? One verse about the birr al-walidayn. Never. ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه. Okay. What else? وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه can translate it would be really nice. I can translate it, no worries. Okay, so you started with ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه. Okay? It's not إحسان, it's حسن. Okay? ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حسن. We have enjoined upon man the care of his parents. And you said ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that you not worship except Him, and to parents do good. Do good. Can you continue the verse? وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. إما يبلغن عندك الكبر أحدهما أو كلاهما. What does that mean? إما يبلغن عندك الكبر. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying either one or both of them reach old age. The translation says with you. Actually, the accurate translation is at your place. عندك. So there is no in Islam like the retirement home. There's no in Islam something. It should be at your. Of course, if you don't have, if the man has no kids to care for, of course you can provide retirement home. Just saying this, but the general rule that they should be at your place. إما يبلغن عندك at your place الكبر, the old age. أحدهما أو كلاهما. One of them or both of them. فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and do not say to them, it's not a word, right? But this is the least that the language can catch is, okay? ولا تنهرهما. Do not like rebuild them, but speak to them a noble word. وقل لهما قولا كريما. Not only that, واخفض لهما جناح الذل. If you contemplated this word, جناح الذل was saying, and lower to them the wing of humility, out of mercy. جناح الذل من الرحمة. So you are mercy to them as if you are their servant. But again, out of mercy. Okay? Not out of humiliation. Okay? وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Okay, nice. More verses. You have like at least 10. Okay, I will make it easy. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned Birr al-Walidayn in different contexts. Directed the speech to Ummah Muhammad, and directed speech to Bani Israel, and directed on the tongue of different prophets. So, for example, Allah is saying, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. We have, and recall when we took the covenant from the children of Israel, saying, do not worship except Allah, and to parents do good. So as it's a second command after worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is to do goodness to your parents. So this is for Bani Israel. Okay? To our Ummah, وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ. So the same command of this at this time is not to Bani Israel, is to our Ummah. At the end of Surah Al-An'am, Allah is saying, قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُ مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ. This is a very comprehensive and collective verse. Allah is saying, O Muhammad, tell them, come in, I will tell you what your Lord has banned upon you. Then he started, أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Do not associate anyone with him. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. To do goodness to your parents. Okay? And then I'm moving in the sequence of the Surah of the Quran. And then Surah Al-Isra, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ, we have just discussed. And then in Surah Maryam, we all know Surah Maryam, right? So in Surah Maryam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the story of which prophet?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, in Surah Maryam. Are you sure? You're right, that's a good one. But before Ibrahim, at the beginning of the surah. Isa, of course, there is his cousin before him. Allah told him the story of his cousin. Who was the cousin of Isa? Yahya. Who did Yahya صح? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, Ya Yahya, خذ الكتاب بقوة وآتيناه الحكم صبيا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Yahya, O Yahya, take the scripture with determination, and we gave him the judgment, the wisdom, al-hukma, sabiyya. He was a boy, but he was very wise. Okay? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised Yahya of being وحنانا من لدنا وزكاة وكان تقيا وبرا بوالديه ولم يكن جبارا عصيا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is praising Yahya, mentioning the best traits of Yahya. Okay? On top of them, that he was wise and he was kind. وحنانا من لدنا. Okay? وبرا. He was honoring, he was very kind to his parents. ولم يكن جبارا عصيا. He was not arrogant, disobeying his parents. Okay? So that's Yahya. Now to his cousin. Who was his cousin? Isa, right? And Isa, actually, alayhi salam, is amongst three who have spoken while they were in. Can you tell me the other two? I should bring some. Can I use those? Okay. So we know that ثلاثة تحدث في المهد. 3 babies, okay, spoken while we were in this very, very tiny age. So Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Who's the other two? You answered. Okay,
The story of Yusuf.
The story of Sayyidina Yusuf. No. It's a surah in the Quran. Yeah, the hairdresser of Mashitat ibn Fir'aun. The hairdresser of the daughter of Fir'aun. You know the story? She was subhanAllah, she believed in Allah and Moses, but she had her belief. Tell subhanAllah, one day when she was combing the hair of the daughter of Fir'aun, she dropped the comb and then she said, Bismillah. I said, the daughter said, do you mean my father? I said, no. Allah, the God, my God and your father's God. She said, do you mind me to tell? Oh yeah, she said, go ahead. I don't mind. Khlas. I will declare it. And then, subhanAllah, before she was thrown into a boiling oil, okay, like a big container of boiling oil, she was about to hesitate, and then her kid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him speak up and said, oh mom, you are right, and go ahead. The last one who was in the story of, that's not our topic. Go back to our topic. Go ahead.
As you said, as relation?
No. It's Surah قتل أصحاب الأخدود, the people of the trench. Okay? Surah Al-Buruj, السماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود. When again the people of the trench, when they dig the trench and made it full of fire, and all the believers were thrown into it, same thing happened with one lady. She was about to hesitate, but her kid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him speak up. So, Isa alayhi salam, okay, Jesus alayhi salam, when he spoke, what did he say? قال إني عبد الله. I'm the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. آتاني الكتاب وجعلني نبيا. Allah gave me the scripture and gave me a prophet. وجعلني مباركا أينما كنت وأوصاني بالصلاة والزكاة ما دمت حيا وبرا بوالدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا. And I am good to my mom. Of course, he didn't say parents because he didn't have a father. But he said وبرا بوالدتي. So I am kind to my mom as, subhanAllah, as after Tawheed, after worshiping Allah alone. And this is a fundamental characteristic to any prophet, any good person, is to be good to his parents. Okay, good. Now we have mentioned how many verses? A lot. Huh? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ حُسْنًا. And then he said, وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ لِتُشْرِكَ بِمَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala determined the only case, the only one case, meaning any other case, you have to obey them. So, you have to obey them. If they are not telling you, do not worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or worship someone with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَى, it means they strive to make you polytheist or to worship someone with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَلَا تُطِعْهُمَا. And then in this case, do not obey them. Meaning, you have to obey in all other cases. And actually, if we continue with the verses, but I love all the time any lecture or any discussion is to start with Quran. So this is our subhanAllah, this is our book, and we have to stick to it. This is the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. About the stories that happened during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how about the hadith or the commands of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I'm gonna ask you, first of all, if you about to classify or put in order, okay, Tawheed, worship Allah alone, okay, and then al-jihad fi sabilillah, to strive for the sake of Allah. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ذُرْوَةُ Islam. The top thing in Islam is al-jihad, okay, and then birr al-walidayn, okay, and then as-salah, az-zakah, Sawm Ramadan, okay. If you put them in order, give me the first three in order. Bismillah. Anyone? Can I choose? Okay, you go ahead. Give me three. First, 1, 2, 3. Worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. I said okay. Good to parents and then jihad. Okay. Before jihad is very walidayn. Are you sure? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that jihad durwatu sanam Islam is the top thing in Islam. Do you have an evidence for this? Yes? Huh? Yes? Yeah? Permission? Yes? That's correct. And actually, this exact situation has been repeated multiple times. Different narrations, different situations, different battles, different ghazawat. Okay? People came to the Prophet ﷺ willing to go for jihad without taking the permission of their parents, and then ﷺ returned them back. Okay? And then when someone came to the Prophet ﷺ saying, أَيُّ الْعَمَلِ أَحَبُّ إِلَى اللَّهِ, the most beloved thing to Allah, قال الصلاة على وقته, is to pray on time. قلت ثم أي قال بر الوالدين. What's next? قال be good to your parents. قلت ثم أي قال بجهاد في سبيل الله. So another classification. Okay? When it comes to deeds, salah on time, this is number 1. Second, بر الوالدين. Third, jihad. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ, again يستأذنه في الجهاد, asking to go for jihad, and this ﷺ told أحي والدك, your parents are alive? He said yes. قال ففيهما فجاهد, go and strive for them. Okay, ففيهما فجاهد. And I would say with the same context, with different context, the same meaning in, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances, maybe more, But those, just I read for you. Okay? And then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us two stories, and those are very, very interesting. Who heard about Wais al-Qarni? Just if you heard the name, raise your hand. Never heard about him? I'll tell you this. Wais al-Qarni. Huh? Who heard about Abu Hurairah? Of course, all of you should raise your hands, right? You know Abu Hurairah, right? Because Abu Hurairah has very interesting story with his mom. You know the story with his mom? Okay, so I'm going to let's start with Wais, if you don't know Wais. Okay? So Wais al-Qarni, the companion said, is he a companion? The scholars has difference. Is he a companion or he's not a companion? In fact, he has never seen the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? But ﷺ told about him without seeing him. Okay, I'll tell you the story. His name is Uwais ibn Amir. Okay, so what's al-Qarni? Qarni is like, because he belongs to a tribe or a place called Qarn, so they gave him the nickname al-Qarni. Okay? So I'm from Egypt, from Misr, so they say Ahmad al-Masri. Okay? So that was very common in this. Okay? What happened for Uwais? Uwais was from Yemen, and he was going to meet with the Prophet ﷺ to give him the pledge of Islam. Okay, so the people of Yemen, they gather themselves, going to give the pledge of Islam, al-bay'ah, to the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? And then he didn't go with them because he stayed to serve his mom. Right? And then when this delegation came from Yemen, okay, and met with the Prophet ﷺ, he asked them about Wais. And he described him very accurately. And they told him about, yes, we have one for Wais and so on. So ﷺ even described his, like, interface, some parts of his body. He had some like skin disease and he was cured except a specific part of his body. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave very detailed description. Okay? And then he told Umar ibn Khattab, okay, well, Umar, if you see Uwais, ask him to do dua for you. Okay? So subhanAllah, Umar ibn Khattab, the story tells, كان عمر بن الخطاب إذا أتى عليه أمداد أهل اليمن سألهم. If any like caravan or tribe or delegation came from Yemen, he used to ask him, is Uwais with you? Okay? They say no, till one day, okay, and he was keen on Umar ibn Khattab to search for Uwais. Okay? Then one day he asked, أفيكم Uwais? Do you have Uwais with you? He said yes. Okay? حتى أتى على أويس. He came and met with him. فقال أنت أويس بن عامر؟ Are you أويس بن عامر? He said, قال نعم, yes. قال من مراد, specific part of Yemen. He said, yes, I'm from Murad. قال ثم من قرن. قرن, it means like, as this is the city and this is the district. So Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave the city and the district. Exact place. Okay? قال نعم. قال فكان بك برص فبرأت إلا موضع ظهر. You had a skin disease, you know. I don't know what the name of it. I just remember the name of this skin. But you know the skin disease that makes your skin completely white. Okay? What's the name of it? What's the name of it? Yeah. Say it loud. I think yeah. This is the one. Yeah. So in Arabic it's called the baras. Okay? He was, subhanAllah, till the moment, and I'm a pharmacist, this disease, we don't have a complete cure for it. Okay? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that he had it completely in his body, and he was cured, except like a small of coin, okay, like the size of coin. Then Omar asked him, فكان بك برص فبرأت إلا موضع درهم. You had this disease and you were cured except this side. He said, yes. قال لك والدة. You have a mom? He said, yes. Then Umar ibn Khattab told him the hadith. قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول, I heard the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم saying, يأتي عليكم أويس بن عامر مع أمداد أهل اليمن من مراد ثم من قرن. You will meet Uwais ibn Amir who will come from with the caravans of Yemen, okay? And he's from Murad from Qarn, his exact place. كان به برص فبرأ منه إلا موضع درهم. He had this skin disease, subhanAllah, and he was cured. And then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave the cause. له والدة. He had a mom. هو بها برأ. He was very kind to his mom. And then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, لو أقسم على الله لأبره. Imagine if he, subhanAllah, give the oath to Allah, oh Allah, please do so and so, Allah will give him whatever he wants. لو أقسم على الله لأبره. فإن استطعت أن يستغفر لك فافعل. If you can make him do istighfar for you, ask him. So Umar Khattab kept it in his mind till he one day met with Uwais, and then he asked him, please do istighfar for you. Make dua. فاستغفر له. إذا اللهم اغفر له اللهم اغفر له. He did dua for Umar. فقال له Umar, and Umar at that time was the Amir al-Mu'mineen, the principal believers. Okay? He was the Khalifa. فقال أين تريد? Where are you going? You are coming to Al-Madinah and then going back to where? And he said, I'm going to Al-Kufa, okay, in Iraq. He said, okay, let me write something to the governor of Al-Kufa, just to take care of you and honor you. فقال أويس قال أكون في غبراء الناس أحب إلي. Something that is good. Like everyone in the general common public, that's more beloved to me. And he refused that Umar gave him special status or something. Why Uwais al-Qarnayn was that status? Despite he left and he didn't go with this delegation that he went and give the bay'ah and give the pledge to the Prophet ﷺ, and he was very keen on his mom. He couldn't leave his mom alone, and then because of that, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, لو أقسم على الله لأبره. And even Umar ibn Khattab was asking him to make dua for him. So, another story, because I love to use stories. The story of Abu Hurairah, many of you know it. Abu Hurairah, his mom, before being a Muslim, she was cursing the Prophet. Imagine. She hated, subhanAllah, she was hating the Prophet a lot. And Abu Hurairah, he loves the Prophet so much, and he was actually sticking to the Prophet. He's the most to narrate from the Prophet ﷺ. He was sticking to the Prophet ﷺ. Imagine when he turns back to his home, okay, he hears the curse of the Prophet ﷺ. Then one day he came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, oh, Ya Rasulullah. Okay, he said, Ya Rasulullah, إن كنت أدعو أمي إلى الإسلام. I used to ask my mom and make da'wah with my mom to be a Muslim. فتأبى علي. She always refused. فدعوتها اليوم فأسمعتني فيك ما أكره. I read the da'wah with her. She started cursing me. فادعو الله تعالى أن يهدي أم أبا هريرة. Oh, Prophet, please make dua to my mom. May Allah guide her to Islam. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اهدي أم أبو هريرة. صلى الله عليه وسلم made dua to Allah, give hidayah, give guidance to the mother of Abu Hurairah. فخرجت مستبشرا بدعوة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. I was like, I had very glad tidings and I went back to home very happy. فصرت إلى الباب وقربت منه. I just came close to my door. I found it a little bit open. فإذا هو مجاف يعني a little bit open. فسمعت أي خشف قدمي. فسمعت خشف قدمي. My mom heard that I'm coming. فقالت مكانك أبا هريرة, stay at your place, do not enter. Okay? So I stayed, I didn't enter. Then she washed herself and she wore something new and then opened the door. ثم قالت يا أبا هريرة أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. قال فرجعت إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, sent back very happy to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. فأتيته وأنا أبكي, I was crying out of joy and happiness. فقلت يا رسول الله أبشر, oh Prophet, receive the glad tidings. فقد استجاب الله دعوتك, Allah has received and accepted your dua. وهدى أم أبا هريرة. He guided the mother of Abu Hurairah. فحمد الله وأثنى عليه وقال خير. But Abu Hurairah later on, the story tells once he entered the door, he used to say this. He used to call his mom loud, saying, Assalamu alayki ya Umma. And she used to say, Wa alayka assalam ya Abu Hurairah. And then he used to follow it with, رحمك الله كما ربيتني صغيرا. May Allah send His mercy on you, and because of you raised me when I was young. And then his mom used to say, وَرَحِمَكَ اللَّهُ كَمَا بَرَرْتَنِي كَبِيرًا. Now she used to respond to him, may Allah give you mercy because of your goodness to me. Then the question is, if you ask yourself, are you born, are you doing good to your mom and dad or not? And to answer this question, we have three conditions, okay, to measure yourself. What are the conditions of being born? Okay? Number one, the child must prefer the satisfaction of the parents over their own satisfaction, including their spouse, children, and any other person. So to satisfy your mom or dad, this is your top priority. If you are doing this, you are achieving the first condition. If not, you have to revise your status. If you are in a position of choosing what can satisfy you, your needs, your desires, and your parents are contradicting with this, which one are you going to choose? Secondly, is to obey the parents in everything they command or forbid, unless it involves disobedience to Allah. Anything they command you with, you follow. Anything they forbid, you stop. Except of the subhanAllah, if they order or command you with something haram, so you can if you are doing this, if not, if partially do that, so you are not fully born. Third condition, and there are only three. Then I can ask you about it. They must give their parents whatever they desire willingly and happily, even if the child feels a sense of failure in fulfilling the duty, even if they give away all their wealth. The meaning, even if they didn't declare their need, and you just feel that they need, you have to try your best to satisfy and fulfill this. And you feel all the time that you are behind. You have to do more. If you are attaining these three conditions, inshallah you are amongst the al-barreen, okay, those who are doing goodness to the parents. If not, it's partially, so you have to do a lot and to revise. Why? You are not fulfilling this. So I'm going to ask you again, hey, what's the first one? To be a full bar? Forgot? Okay, their satisfaction above anyone else, above my satisfaction. Second? Obey, and if they forbid, you even if they didn't ask, right? Okay. So what if we don't do this? Okay? What if we don't do this? Actually, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned many hadith of those who do not do birr, which is a uquq. Okay? But before going into the punishment, let's listen to the reward of doing birr. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her and her father, said, قال صلى الله عليه وسلم, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is saying, دخلت الجنة, as in his vision, in his dream, and you know the dreams of the prophets are reality, right? قال دخلت الجنة فسمعت فيها القرآن. I heard a recitation in the Jannah. فقلت من هذا? I asked him, who is this? قالوا حارثة بن النعمان. He said, this is Haritha ibn al-Nu'man. And then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, كذلكم البر كذلكم البر وكان أبر الناس بهم. So Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is the same reward for one who is beautiful to his mother, and he repeated twice, and he said, for he was the most beautiful to his mother. So just because of this, and Uwais al-Qarnayn was mustajab al-dua. His dua was, لو أقسم على الله لأبره. If he did dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted Allah directly. And then another reward, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also said it. And actually, yes, a man came to Umar bin Khattab and said, إن لي أمًا. And this is very, very important to know. Okay, you may tell yourself, I'm good to my mom, I obey my mom and dad, and if I'm gonna evaluate myself, I would say, yeah, 90%, 80%. And inshallah, we work on the rest. Listen to this. قال رجل لعمر بن الخطاب إن لي أمًا بلغ منها الكبر. I had a man came to Umar and said, I have a mother who is very old. بلغ منها الكبر أنها لا تقضي حوائجها إلا وظهري لها مطية. He said, she cannot fulfill her needs unless my back is given out. She cannot move without, except over my back. Okay? فهل أديت حقها? Have I fulfilled her rights? And then Omar is going to know. قال لأنها كانت تصنع بك ذلك وهي تتمنى بقائك وأنت تصنعه وأنت تتمنى فوقه. He said, no, for she used to do that while wishing for you the existence. She wished you to grow up and stay. But you are doing this and you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give her mercy, which she is very sick, right? And while you wish for her absence. But you are being good to her and Allah rewards the small deeds with great reward. قال وأنت لكنك محسن, you are doing good. والله يثيب الكثير على القليل. And then the same situation happened with the Prophet ﷺ. When a man came, he was doing Hajj and he was carrying his mom, and you know how Mecca is very hot, no AC, and then he was carrying her, and then he came to the Prophet ﷺ, Holy Prophet, have I fulfilled the rights on me? Then ﷺ said, no, even not with what's equal to one contraction of the delivery. So, Al-Hasan al-Basri, have you ever known Al-Hasan al-Basri before? So, Hasan al-Basri was a very big scholar. And one of his students, his name was Hisham, came to him saying, إني أتعلم القرآن. I'm learning the Quran. وإن أمي تنتظرني بالعشاء. But my mom, usually she waits for me at had dinner. And if I stay with you, I go to the dinner late. فقال الحسن told him تعشى العشاء مع أمك تقر بها عينها فهو أحب إلي من حجة. He said, go make your mom pleased with having the dinner with her. This is even way better than doing Hajj. Okay? And then the question, okay, what if I'm doing everything to my dad and my mom and they are not, I'm not good enough, you know? We sometimes say this, I'm not good enough. They all the time needs more. Listen to this. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ saying, إن لي مالا وولدا وإن أبي يريد أن يحتاج به. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ saying, I have money, I have offspring of kids, and actually my dad wants to take all my money. I don't think any of our parents would do so now. But then ﷺ told him, أنت ومالك لأبي. You and your money is actually owned by your dad. And we all know the hadith when a man came to the Prophet ﷺ saying, من أحق الناس بحسن صحبتي? Who is the one who deserves my companionship to the best? He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أمك. Okay, he said, who's next? قال أمك. Who's next? قال أمك. قال, who is next? ثم من? قال أبوك. Okay? So in reality, your mom wants you for something, your dad wants you for something, and your friend wants you for something, or whatever. That's not always the case. Another issue, if you ask yourself, okay, I'm 80% fulfilling my parents' bill. Is that enough? I would say, listen to what sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said. كل الذنوب يؤخر. All the sins, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will postpone the punishment. Except البغي وعقوق الوالدين. Except being ظالم and unjust, or to be disobedient to your parents. أو قطيعة الرحم is to cut your kinship relations. يعجل لصاحبها في الدنيا قبل الموت. Allah will hasten and make the punishment in this dunya before the hereafter. Another thing, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that there are 3 dua Allah certainly will accept. One of them is the dua of parents against their kids. So if you were exposed to dua from your parents and you made them reach to that level, that's a very dangerous sign. Again, another hadith, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ثلاثة لا ينظر الله إليهم يوم القيامة. 3 kinds of people, Allah will never even look at them the day of judgment. العاق الوالدين, the one who is not honoring, not kind to his parents. والمرأة المترجلة, the lady that looks like a man. والديوث, the man who is not jealous to his wife and family. وثلاثة لا يدخلون الجنة, 3 will never enter the paradise. Amongst them العاق الوالدين, the one who is not doing good. ومدمن الخمر, the drunk person. والمنان بما أعطى, the one who gives the charity and then saying, hey, I gave you, and start showing off with this. Another question, what is the sign of being عاق? We contemplate a little bit. I would say we will need to revise our status. So for example, haven't you ever said when you're dad or mom ask you something, so okay, right? If you one day raise your voice above the tone or the level of your dad or mom, or in the discussion say, no, you cannot do this. Why you are telling me to do this? In a loud voice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran said, وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. النهر in Quran meaning is actually to raise your voice and to speak like this. Speak in a tough way. Why you are doing this? Why are you asking me to do this? Why are you not trusting me? Something, whatever. The kind of discussion. Okay? So, secondly, we are speaking and not listening. Some people say that if you just call your father or mother name without like the titles, mom or dad, except that they are loving you to do this, which is that's different. But if you made them cry, one day if you made them cry with your sayings or even with your deeds, your actions, we were hoping you to be in a specific position in terms of studying, in terms of whatever, and you put them down. Being busy away from them, we're not serving them, but we're busy all the time. We hope to spend time with you and enjoy the time with you, but we're busy. Critiquing them, criticizing them, or their deeds. Oh, mom, again, then I need to critique her again. Okay? Whatever they do for you. I have a lot to say, but actually, I love to stop here and start asking some questions and start discussion. What do you think makes us not fully bound, not fully obeying and honoring our parents to the extent that Allah subhanahu accept them? Be brave and let's discuss it, because we all sometimes do the mistakes. But خير الخطائين, the best amongst the wrongdoers is the repentant, right? So what makes us not to that level of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Not being patient with them.
Not being patient.
We prioritize our life with stress, work, and family, so we think whatever they ask us is minor, it's not important right now, and you snap at them.
That's a huge thing. When you feel that my life is first, my needs are first, okay, before my own head, be convinced that you'll never advance in your life without the complete satisfaction of your mom and dad. This is very important. I was one day, you know Omar ibn Abdul Aziz, right? Omar ibn Abdul Aziz was one of the Khalifas. He came, actually he was one of the grandson of Omar ibn Khattab, who became a Khalifa one day. He used to say, لا تصاحب عاقا والديك. Do not make someone who is عاق, who is not obeying experience, your friend. فإنه لن يبرك وقد عاق والديك. He will not be good to you if he is not good to his parents. So what you have said is actually true. We prioritize our life, and that's actually a big misunderstanding, that your life will not be straight, will be in the correct, right way without the full satisfaction of your parents. What else?
Sometimes we think, what's good for us more than they know. So that we think, they say do this, we think, no, our opinion matters more than theirs.
We know, they are from different ages, right? We know more. They don't know, they don't understand. For this incident, I'll tell you one big thing. Umar ibn Khattab, he had a son, his name is Abdullah. Abdullah ibn Umar. And Abdullah ibn Umar was very close to the Prophet ﷺ, and he used to mimic the Prophet ﷺ every single thing. Okay? Abdullah ibn Umar is narrating. He said, I had a wife I loved a lot. And take this, and this is an exception, okay? But take it as a rule. Take the wisdom behind it. He said, I had a wife. I loved her a lot. But Omar, my dad, hated her. He was hated. He never liked her. And he asked me to divorce her. I love her. So I went to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him, told him what the story ﷺ said, divorce her. I would say this is an extreme thing, right? Extreme. But back to your point that my parents, they don't understand and so on and so forth. Hassan ibn Thabit, the one who used to write the poem for the Prophet ﷺ, used to say, فإذا رحمت فأنت أم أو أب هذان في الدنيا هما الرحمن. He was like praising the Prophet ﷺ, saying, and if you were merciful to someone, you are like a mother or a father. Indeed, those are in this dunya the only mercy. Okay? So be sure that if your dad or mom is against your opinion, for sure, because he is keen and he wants the best for you. When I was at your age, not so long ago, I used to have this in my mind, they don't understand. But wallah, I swear, wallah, I would say all the decisions that I contradicted them, and I did what was in my mind against the word. I would say if I had followed their directions, it would have been easier, at least easier. Okay? That doesn't mean we don't discuss. I don't show my case. Yeah, of course, show your case and discuss and so on. But never proceed in anything without taking the approval. Okay, from your parents. What else? What makes us okay?
Let's say being far from Allah.
Of course. Being away from Allah. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم الكبائر. صلى الله عليه وسلم is saying the major sins. So listen, the major sins. الإشراك بالله. Okay, associate someone with Allah. وقتل النفس, to kill someone without the right to do so. Sorry, he said الإشراك بالله وعقوق الوالدين before قتل النفس, to be عاق to your parents. وقتل النفس, to kill someone. واليمين الغموس, to swear by Allah while you know that's not correct. It's a yamin ghamus, it's like a duck, it's a diving yamin, it makes you dead in the hellfire. Okay? So being away from Allah, so you don't have this fight, you don't have this fear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, رضا الله من رضا الوالدين وسخط الله في سخط الوالدين. The pleasure of Allah is in the pleasure of your parents. And this pleasure of Allah, the anger of Allah, is the anger of your parents. Here, وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه. وقضى, okay, it's not just decided, it's decreed before the creation of the whole mankind. To worship Allah alone and to be وَبِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا is to be perfect. is to do the extra mile. What's beyond you should do. Go far and beyond. Your mom asking you to do something, you do it with ihsan, with more and more than she asked for. So you said three things. Being away from Allah, doing lots of sins. You think that they don't understand, and we prioritize ourselves first before them. What else?
Not recognizing their sacrifices.
Of course, not recognizing their sacrifices, and I'm quite sure all your moms and dads, they said, you will not understand till you are a father or a mother, right? And that's correct. Why do you need to learn the hard way? Yes, now, okay, I can feel what my mom and dad was. I can feel even the look. My dad has passed away. Allah have mercy on all our parents. I was a very busy young man, especially in the days of college and university. I have never stayed at home. Alhamdulillah for good. I was doing activities in the university and so on and so. I remember one day my dad, my son, I don't see you. I said, oh, Dad. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever kissed your mom's and dad's hand? You ever kissed their feet? No, I know, hence many of us do. Imagine if you don't do this, you may leave without doing this. I know someone, I used to say for myself, one day I'll kiss my dad or my mom's feet. And then they passed away without doing so. While Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the hadith, he said, go to your mom and stick to her feet. The paradise is actually under her feet. قال فلزم قدميها فثم الجنة. Stick to her feet. There is al-Jannah. There is al-Jannah there. SubhanAllah. Another question. Okay. My dad passed away, and I was not good enough. My dad passed away, and I was not good enough. What shall I do? What shall I do if I was not good enough and I feel I was not bored? I feel I was not to the level. What shall I do? Can anyone tell me? Is there any solution for this? Right?
Make dua.
Make dua, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَوَلَدٌ صَالِحٌ يَدْعُو لَهُ. Right? Listen to this hadith. That carries lots of hope. Anyone here, one of his parents passed away or something? You know, Allah saved it one child. But myself, as I lost my dad in 2010, alhamdulillah, he died while he was, alhamdulillah, he was happy with me, alhamdulillah. But I know someone who regretted being not to the level to her mom. And she regrets this a lot. And her mom passed away. Today I told her this hadith while I am preparing the lecture for you as a kind of hope. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم إن العبد لا يموت والداه أو أحدهما وإنه لهما لعاب. The Prophet ﷺ said, a servant may die while his parents or one of them are still alive, and yet be disobedient to them. وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم فلا يزال يدعو لهما ويستغفر لهما حتى يكتبه الله بار. And صلى الله عليه وسلم said, however, he keeps praying and seeking forgiveness for them until Allah writes him as dutiful to them. وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. That's a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet. Say, oh Allah, give them mercy as they have raised me and were mercy to me when I was young. Inshallah, when you have kids, you will feel it. So, there are many reasons may make us not to the level, but to be practical. And I think I exceeded my time, right? I have to finish. Yeah, I exceeded my time. I have to finish. So, to be practical, to be bar. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كل نفس بما كسبت رهينة. Everyone knows his possession. Everyone knows where is his shortcomings. And if you do not fix it now, you cannot guarantee that your parents will stay with you. And I'll finish with this. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم الوالد أوسط أبواب الجنة. Sometimes when we talk about very our minds go right to moms and mothers. And of course, we have to prioritize our moms. That's Allah said. But here, Sallallahu is saying, Al-Walid, the father. The father is the midst gate to Jannah. أوسط أبواب الجنة. فإن شئت فحافظ على الباب أو ضيعه. Sallallahu is saying, if you wish to keep and say this gate, it's your gate, it's your access to Al-Jannah. If you wish, keep it. Save it for yourself or waste it. Now when we say, oh, okay, my dad is tough, yeah, he could be whatever, but he is the middle gate for you to Al-Jannah. That's what Sallallahu said. الوالد أوسط أبواب الجنة. فإن شئت حافظ أو ضيع. If you wish to save it, keep it, or waste it. ولما ماتت أم إياس بن معاوية, إياس بن معاوية, his mom passed away, and then he cried a lot. فقيل له ما يبكيك? While crying, he said, قال كان لي بابان مفتوحان إلى الجنة وأغلق أحدهما. I used to have two gates to Al-Jannah, and I lost one. Again, to be practical, how can I change? First of all, you have to make a repentance also. Because if you are not to the level, it means you have been, since your puberty, so if you are now like 18 years old, 20, ever, and you have reached puberty like 12, 13, 14, average of like 6 years, you have been muhasab, counted for your deeds. And imagine 6 years of not fulfilling the rights of your parents. And that's a lot. So please tell repentance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From every high voice you spoke with them, from every shout you shouted, from every command you disobeyed, from every moment you maybe prioritize yourself before them. So we start with this, tawbah, regret. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness. That's number one. Number two, hasten. Do not smoke, not delay. If you are not kissing the hands of your mom every day, if you are an international student and you're not calling your mom on a daily basis, because I know some people who are living in Canada, my parents are not here, and they are just calling them every week, every now and then. What? Your mom, dad, their hearts are burned for you every single moment. And you don't care. That's a lot. If you feel that it's a little thing, but in the scale of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a lot. have to check on them on a daily basis. You got it. If you made them angry tonight, make them angry. If you know that they are dissatisfied with you, they are unsatisfied with you, tonight, make them happy. Tell them with the kindest words you have. Oh mom, oh dad, please forgive me. I love you. Oh. Say it. I'm not the one who can express my feelings. So you are stupid. If you are that person, you're stupid. You are wasting your opportunity. Go and do it. Express your feelings. Get your feelings and let them know. And I finish with this. I was the favorite son for my dad. And because I know sometimes I was not to that level. My dad passed away in Ramadan. Years ago. He was in the ICU. Alhamdulillah, God reminded me to ask him, "Are you happy with me?" He said yes. Do this now. Do not wait. Sorry to be emotional. Do not wait till the ICU. Do it now. Press the opportunity. May Allah give the long life to our parents. And may Allah help us to be useful to them. May Allah help us to do our duties and to be to the best, to be the best son, to be the best daughters to our moms and dads. May Allah help us with them. Jazakumullah khair for the opportunity. If you have any question, feel free to join us.
I have a question. So grandparents, do we still have to apply the same thing about to grandparents?
For sure. Even Jazakumullah khair for raising this issue. For sure, it applies to grandparents. And I would say it also applies to the aunts. That Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to say that the aunts is like the mom. So you have to do the same to your aunt, as if she's your mom. And one of the ways to be bored to your parents, especially if they pass away, is to do the kind things, to connect with their friends. Imagine if your dad or your mom pass away, you have to not only do the goodness to them, even to the people she or he used to be nice with their friends. And Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to do so with Suwayhabat Khadija, with those who were friends with Khadija, and with Umayman, and with those like in the level of being Khala, being aunt. And he Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Hadith mentioned this, and the Khala the aunt is like mom. So you have to be kind to to them. And one day, Umar ibn Umar, the son of Umar ibn Khattab, one day in his way to Mecca, he saw a Bedouin man, and then he put him in gave him the right, and gave him his amana, gave him a lot of things. And then one man said to Umar, Umar, that's a lot. And he's a Bedouin, and the Bedouins accept anything. He want to say that super generous with him. If you just give him one thing, he will be very happy. So why you were very generous with him? He said, oh, that man was a friend of mine. That's why he gave a lot. Has come with bir with some. Jazakumullah khairan. Imagine if you have to do this with the friends of your father. About the father of your father, or the mother of your father. Of course, you are in the same degree. You have to be in the same way.
What about like adoptive parents or like step parents? You know, the same level as your parents?
Okay. In terms of kinship, when we say rahim, okay, the silat of rahim, or the kinship, your stepmom or stepfather, technically speaking, they are not rahim. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, أَلْ جَزَاءُ الْإِحْسَانِ بِالْإِحْسَانِ. Isn't the reward of perfection is to do the perfect, right? So if they are good to you, you have to be good. That's a human rule. But again, this is a little bit different than birrul walidayn. So, for example, if I'm good to the parents of my wife, or you'll be good to the parents of your husband, that's a different. Of course, it's excellent to do so, but that be under the chapter of being good to your wife. So, ikram al-zawja or ikram al-zawj, to be generous to your wife or to be generous to your husband. One of the things is to honor the parents. That's of course good, but it's not under the. But if your wife or your husband is not the level of honoring the parents, you have to remind them and help them to be the best. Okay.
What if your parents, or what if your parents are like non-Muslim and they like don't like Islam? I know you said like don't obey them, they're telling you to like disobey Allah. But like what if all they tell you to do is to disobey Allah?
Sayyida Habiba, the mother of the believers, Habiba, the daughter of Abu Sufyan. Okay? She accepted Islam and Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam married her while her father was Catholic. Abu Sufyan accepted Islam as the conqueror of Mecca, Fath Mecca, in the 8th of Hijrah, the 8th year of Hijrah. Okay? Before accepting Islam, he came to Al-Madinah. Abu Sufyan, while he was Catholic, he came to Al-Madinah. And he entered to his daughter's place, which is actually the place of the Prophet. Habiba didn't let him sit on the bed of the Prophet. Okay? And the reason for that, Allah said, إِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ. Okay? So you cannot touch the bed of the Prophet. When she went to ask the Prophet ﷺ about how she did, ﷺ asked her, commanded her to be generous and to honor. So if they are insulting you, if they are doing all kind of bad stuff, okay? Remember Abu Hurairah, okay? His mom used to curse the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet was the most beloved person to him. That should be our case too. But he was patient. He was patient with treating her with the best way, and he was making dua and asking the Prophet to make it. So if I'm a revert to Islam, and my parents still feelings and don't like it, and wallahi the best way ever to inshallah meet the Muslims is to give them the best version of yourself, and they will connect. And remind, as a Muslim, I have to be this. You don't say, you don't need to say it, but your action, inshallah, will deliver us. Allah will do.
I wanted to ask about a specific case. What if a parent chose to leave their children behind?
Okay.
The children have no
It's the beauty of the trial to reconnect. Okay? At the end of the day, we will be in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وكل أمتي يوم القيامة بفضله. You will come for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. So the parents who step away, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring them and ask them. Okay, that was also your responsibility. What have you done with it? Allah will bring you as a child, the one, so you, the one with the child. I commanded you. وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. Okay, so out of the perfection of treatment is to search for him and to reconnect with him, even if he is refusing. Text him. Happy New Year. Happy Ramadan, happy whatever, happy birthday, okay? If you need anything, just don't hesitate to contact me. To keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, فهل عسيتم إن توليتم أن تفسدوا في الأرض وتقطعوا أرحامكم أولئك الذين لعنهم الله فأصمهم عن أبصارهم. Meaning, those who cut the ties of kinship, those Allah will curse them, and He will seal their earrings and blind them on their sides. So if your uncles or aunts or whatever kind of relationship are not connected, it is your duty to reconnect with them. How about my parents will be? That's your duty. Do it with a good minimum. Just to have like an excuse with Allah that I kept with the kinship, I didn't cut the ties of kinship. Another question?
So, if I understand this correctly, so say you choose to go on a university or opportunity-wise and also because you like the fact that you want to schools.
Can you raise your voice a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
You want to go to a university outside the town or something? Yeah?
Yeah, because like opportunity-wise and because you also like to have your own space, is that like a certain, like especially if your parents would rather have you close by?
So, just to let me to well understand your question. So, you have similar opportunity within the city where your parents are in, and you would love to go to have some privacy in a different city, or is that correct? And your parents don't like this?
Well, they don't say outright that they would prefer that you stay with them.
Definitely you will be preferred. I know where you come from. Wallahi. What your parents choose or prefer from you, if you follow with the intention, oh Allah, I'm doing this for you, Allah will be the best for you. I don't know if you know the story of the three people who were moving in a travel, and then they entered a cave. Okay? They ready to have a break, and then subhanAllah, a rock dropped down and blocked the cave. With no hope of being rescued. No hope of to get out of it. And then they said, the only way to get out of here is to ask Allah with the good deeds that you have done in your life. So one of them said, "Oh Allah, I used to have parents, and I used to make them my first priority all the time. So even after I return from work and I bring the milk for my kids, I never let my kids or my wife drink first before I pass this to my parents first, till they drink and be satisfied, and then I go to my kids." And one day I came late with the milk. He was late at work. He came late, and my parents slept. So I stood beside the bed the whole night, hoping that he didn't want to wake them up. Just hoping they just wake in the middle of the night, so they find me beside them and feed them milk. And my kids were under my leg, begging me to give them first, but I said, "No way, my parents first. Oh Allah, if you know that I have done this for you, make a relief first." And then the rock moved. And I tell the two others, tell the stories. I think you know the stories. Tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here's the core. He made his parents first. What he wants first. If you ask some people from different experience other than you, like any successful person, you will see definitely you will find the birth of their parents the big secret of success. It's very hard to find someone successful with tough relationship with his experience or not considering this. So my advice, do what they love with the intention for Allah, that's for you. I know you need privacy, you need to develop your whatever. Okay? Don't hassle. You'll get all the skills you want. Okay? You will work. You will learn. Till the level you are. Oh, I hope I got all of this. Okay? So I know how eager you are, and that's normal. Never put anything before the kids. It's a mistake we all did, but don't learn the hard way.
I have a similar question, but more specific. What if like the parents force marriage or
This is critical. Okay, I'll start with the case that you want to marry someone you don't like. Okay. Do your best. Okay? Together. Do your best. But before that, consider your selection. Revisit it. Revise it. Okay? And get out from the angle of the loving one, okay? And love from the respected. Because they have much more experience than you, and they love you the most in this life. And if you revise all of these things, and then you are assertive and you want to go ahead, never to go ahead without their approval. And if you fail to get the approvals, never to go ahead. Okay? A different way. If they are pushing for something, reconsider. Okay? Reconsider. Think about that person in different angles. Why they are pushing for this? What are things that I'm not seeing? Reconsider. For the sake of Allah. Oh Allah, I want to make them happy. If you have this intention all the time, oh Allah, I want to make them happy, Allah will do it. If you failed, give a discussion. Okay? Even if they harm you with their talks and whatever, be kind all the time. Okay? No, I took more than time. Can I make this last question?
I know that so Rahim is really important.
Can you hear it?
So Rahim,
So it's about it.
the family members, what if that family member is like really not a good person? The more you try to connect with them, they only cause chaos. It just gets worse. So you feel like staying away from them is better for you and better for them.
This is shaitan, shaitan. Okay? We all in our families have the same exact thing you are saying. Okay? And this is not an excuse. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ saying, oh the Prophet, I have someone, I connect with them, they disconnect me. I be kind with them, they do the worst to me. Okay? And he kept detailing things to the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? What did the Prophet ﷺ tell him? What did he tell him? He tell him, keep on doing كأنما تسفهم التراب. Okay? It's as if you are feeding them the dust and the sand in the feet. But keep doing. Okay? There is no excuse to cut the kinship. No excuse. Okay? And the ayah in the Quran, as I said, who does this will be cursed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never to do this. Even with the very name. Text message, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem, whatever you say, okay? Keep the connection. Okay? Never to cut it. Is that Muhayyar? Okay. Last question.
What if they cut differently and just come back after? Because I know someone who the woman left her, the dad, and the dad took everything.
Yeah.
And after 10 years ago, 2 years ago, she just came back and she said,
And her dad is angry and don't want to let her to connect.
her dad was like, oh, it's your mom, so you should never be like that. So what if that person like between both sides?
We should be very good to both sides. Of course, the one who gave from his life and gave the care for the whole life should be equal. But again, you are not the Lord. Allah will do hisab. Allah will do the accountability. It's not us, right? Allah will make hisab for me with how I will treat my mom and how I treat my dad. She was not good to me. Allah will do the accountability, not myself. So, despite she let me down, he let me down, whatever. I know it's tough, but now it could be tough for the kids. Now we are adults. Okay? Now it's not up to our desires and our thinking. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the Quran, right? It's not up to you, it's not up to what your thoughts are. Okay? It's up to the Quran. What Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said and what the Quran said. You have to follow. Okay? Yeah, but she did. You understand? What Allah said, what the Prophet said. Okay? What she did, Allah will bring her to her. And you never know. You never know. And she was not there when this. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Iltamis li akhika bil-tariq masarruha wajh." Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Seek the excuses for your brother for Allah, brother in Allah." Okay. 70-something excuse. Okay. How about your dad and mom? Maybe one, maybe two, maybe up to 70-something. Okay? So there's no excuse to cut the kinship. There's no excuse to be the best to our parents. Okay? Jazakallah khairan. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to do. Make dua for your parents, and dua for my parents. Jazakallah khairan. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next week. Jazakallah khairan.